My name is Lisa Ewart. I want to thank you all for taking the time and showing up. We're all here, I think, for the same reason. We all want to end the gun violence in this country. It's enough. And we don't want thoughts and prayers. We want action, and we want it now. So it's important also that we've not just marched today, but we have a call to action. What are we going to do after the march to make this happen, to get legislation to pass? We need to call our senators, congressmen and women. We need to demand change. We don't ask for it, we demand it. These are the people who took it up to serve and protect us, and they're not doing that. So that's important, and it's important that everybody, of course, be registered to vote and vote, and just continue the narrative and not continue to accept the status quo, because that's what's been going on for years. So, all right, just a few small things. An officer is kind enough to lead us on our walk. It's very, yes, thank you, Officer. Chief Sinagro, thank you so much for your help with this. March for Our Lives today is focused on universal background checks. We're not asking for much, we're asking for something. And nothing's been done, so let's find common ground. The common ground is we all want to end gun violence. That includes gun owners, NRA members, Republicans, independents, Democrats. Everybody wants to end this madness. So a good start is to have universal background checks, enhance the red flag laws. So that's the focus.
Hi, my name is Nejla Lias. I'm the chair of the Saugerties Democratic Committee. We sent a letter to our town board saying we don't want this gun show here, and they responded, and it's canceled. And so I just want to say that we need national legislation, but we need local action too, and that starts right here. Voting in your local elections where the turnout is we had 40% or something last year. Those decisions happen at the super local level, and your voices matter every single day. So show up at your town boards, show up at your county legislatures. They make decisions that matter around guns as well. So I'm really proud of Saugerties and what we've done here, and we can do this in other towns too. So thank you for having the march here too.
Congratulations.
Yeah, we're so proud of that.
All right, so the officer will lead us. Just a few things. This is a family town, so watch your language. I don't think that's going to be an issue. Everybody needs to, as much as possible, stay in a single file, especially when we are on the sidewalks, on Main Street and elsewhere. Make sure that if other pedestrians are on the sidewalk, you make room for them. Don't go on the street. Obey the traffic lights. If that's an issue, you said you didn't want to make any arrests today, and right, I believe you.
Can I go right? All right, so I have a big mouth for a little guy, so I'm not going to use that, okay? So here's a simple thing to it. Obviously, we all have a right to protest anything we want in our society, as long as we do it lawfully. And that's all I'm asking for today, especially since I have a police officer leading use. Which means stay on the sidewalk. What the officer's going to do is when we get to an intersection, if there's traffic, he will stop the traffic. I'd like you guys to keep moving. Okay, please don't go out into the road. If you go out into the road, you impede the flow of traffic. That's disorderly conduct. That could result in arrest. And like I said, I'm not arresting anybody today. So please don't go in the road, okay? That's important. You're going to have, I call them...
5 of us get arrested so we can put it in the big newspaper.
Nah, it's only a violation. The papers won't print it. So, but the other thing too is you're gonna obviously have some people that are going to see us and they're going to have opposing views. Remember that this group here today, you guys are the voice of reason.
Yes.
So right. So let's demonstrate that we are better. Okay? And please don't get into any arguments with people. Just let them say what they want to. You know what they say about opinions, right? I won't go there, but you know what they say about it, okay? So, but please just do that. And when we get to Main and Partition, the Lieutenant Swart will stop traffic, and you guys will proceed across here from Dallas and continue down Main Street to Market, making the right on the sidewalk there by the Reese parking lot. And then you'll go to stay right on Market. You guys are going to come back into the facility over here and right back to this location. Okay?
So we stay on the side of the road or the sidewalk?
So where you have sidewalks, you'll be on sidewalks. If there's no sidewalk, then yes, stay on the right side of the road.
Right.
Okay? This is the only time that you're allowed to walk with traffic and not against it because we're escorting you. Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you. Peaceful. It's peaceful. Thank you.
Yeah, and excellent point. Just do not engage with any counter protesters. That's important.
Hi everybody, I'm John McKenna with the Nonviolence Project, and we're partners with Moms Demand Action in a very, very proud fashion. We were down in New York City last weekend with the moms, and we crossed the Brooklyn Bridge, and it's always an honor to be in your company. It's also an honor to be in the company with the teachers. My mom was a nurse before she became a teacher. She's buried up here in Elka Park. She would be here, you know, and the moms and teachers are first responders with so many issues in our society. And sadly now there's being a huge push to ask even more of educators to do what is insane in terms of being armed and having to confront violence that needs to be prevented on the front end. And the way we prevent it on the front end, of course, is the policy that Lisa talked about. 3 big elections this year. We got the June 28th primary, we got the August 23rd special election to replace Antonio Delgado's seat, and of course the biggie on November 8th. So we all know the policy side is important. We all know the get out the vote part is important. But we also realize there's a cultural shift that's important, and the psychological angle, and to create a tilt of thinking. And that's what this is all about, and that's what the Nonviolence Project does. So we started a project called Why Not New York? Play on words is KNOT, the knotted gun. We have artists around the world. The Ringo Starr of the Beatles did this one. But we start with the kids, schools for peace, teachers, and we try to move the needle away from this incessant propaganda to turn little kids into violent adults. And so we're all in this together. My last message about that on the cultural psychological side is, this is Moms Demand Action. When they called me yesterday to speak, I said, you know, I'm not a mom. And she said, yes, we're all moms. And so my last message is for all the men here, all the boys here, which is great. We got to do some deep examination. We know it's the males that are marketing, manufacturing, and pushing the weaponry, and it's the boys that are out there doing this stuff. So we got to get to the table and be as loud and as vigilant and as wonderful as these moms and teachers are. So off we go. Let's go march.
Just rehearsal. I like your sign. Can I just get your name? Wipe the bloodstains from your hands. Make background checks across the land. So wipe the bloodstains from your hands. Make background checks across the land. Just like the dog says. And enough is enough. That's a good one. What do we want? Background checks. When do we want them? Now. All right.
See what region we guys need.
Quite a bit of work. I know that came from my son's therapist. And
I would think so.
I like
You're going to do it the whole person, you know.
we will not be silent.
Let's try this side.
lost your bullhorn.
I did.
Enough is enough. Enough is enough. Enough is enough.
Protect lives, not guns.
Protect lives, not guns.
Enough is enough.
Enough is enough.
Enough is enough.
Enough is enough.
Protect lives, not guns.
Protect lives, not guns.
Protect lives, not guns.
Protect lives, not guns. Now! Background checks. Now! Background checks. Now!
But
Tell me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
What democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Tell me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Tell me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.